Today we're going to practice more division. Yay! Let's look at the problem 1,847 divided by 27. Okay, when we're doing partial quotients, I need you to think about if 27 can fit into 1,847 10 times. Yes, it could, because 10 times 27 is 270. 270 is much smaller than 1,847, so we know it can fit in 10 times. The next step to think about is, can 27 fit into 1,847 100 times? Okay, 27 times 100 is 2,700, and that's bigger than our 1,847, so we know it cannot fit in 100 times. Okay, can 27 fit in more than 10 times but less than 100 times? Maybe let's try 50. See if 27 fits into 1,847 50 times. So to do 27 times 50, the fastest way is to multiply 5 times 7 is 35. 5 times 2 is 10 plus 3 more, so 10, 11, 12, 13. And we can't forget about this 0. We bring that 0 down. So 1,357. Can 27 then fit into 1,847 50 times? Yes, because our 1,350 is smaller than 1,847. Now we could go with 10 for our first number when we're dividing using the partial quotients, but if you go with 50 instead of 10, that saves you 5 steps. Alright, so we know 27 can go into 1,847 50 times. So we write our 50 over here. Okay, the next step is to take your 50 times 27, which we just figured out is 1,350. And then we subtract those two numbers. So we're left with 497. The next step is to figure out how many times 27 can fit into 497. We know it can fit in at least 10 more times. 10 times 27 now is 270. Write that down here and subtract. Okay, the next step is to figure out how many times 27 goes into 227. It can't go in 10 more times because 10 times 27 is 270. 270 is bigger than 227. 27 can go into 227 5 times. 5 times 27 is 135. We write that down and subtract. We're left with 92. Okay, now we figure out how many times can 27 fit inside 92. I know it can fit in 3 times because 3 times 27 equals 81. So we're going to write our 81 down below and subtract. Sorry, I'm running out of room. We're left with 11. Now 11 is smaller than 27, so I know that 27 cannot fit inside 11, which means 11 becomes our remainder. Okay, the last step then over here is to add. So our answer is 67. We got to bring that remainder over. Remainder 11. Oops, sorry, I added wrong. 68, remainder 11. Okay, on your assessment, it also asks us to make an estimate. So our original number was 1,847. We're dividing that by 27. In order to make an estimate then, we find two numbers that are pretty close to the numbers that we already have that are going to be easy to divide. So 1,847, I'm going to change into 1,800. I'll tell you why in a second. 27, that's going to be close to 30, and 30 is going to be easy to divide 1,800 by. Okay, the reason I know it's going to be easy to divide by is because 18, I can divide by 3. 3 times 6 is 18. So I write that 6 down. And then there's zeros. I have 1 0 on this side, so I'm going to cross that 0 out. And for every 0 I cross out on this side, I cross out 1 0 on this side. So I'm only left with this little 0 right here. That little 0, I just bring over to my answer. So my estimate, 1,800 divided by 30, that equals 60. So I know that my answer to this problem should be close to 60. And the answer that we got was 68 remainder 11. So since this and this are pretty close, that means we did it correctly.